Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a sheetload of cards for you guys. It is the May 2025 sheetload of cards reveal day. And I have something else. I am playing with the Gummiapan Easter Advent, which I saw on Call Me Crafty Owl's YouTube channel, so it felt perfect. I did get it after Easter, but I wasn't worried about that at all because I knew from her 8 days of reveals that it would be things I could use all year long. So I have a surprise about which one of those dies I'm using today in my set of sheetload cards. And I am using this authentique paper pad that's was gifted to me, and I have been trying to smash it. And I just really love this paper pad. I am making 5x7 cards today. You know that I am. And the 6x6 paper worked out perfectly for them. So I would just trim this down to 5 inches, and then I trimmed off the branding strip and then pretty much just trimmed them in half. So it measures 2.5 by 5 each piece. And I did that to all of these sheets of paper. So this is a great scrap busting kind of design here. And this is a creative team hop. So there's a playlist in the description box down below. Please click on the playlist, see what everyone has made. I'm going to tell you, I accidentally didn't really make the sheet load the way I meant to, and so I'm going to have to come back this month and make it again. I just kind of, to be honest, I didn't print the sheet load this month, and so I didn't keep looking at it as I was crafting. And I just kind of got taken away by paper, and yeah, got a little taken away. Okay, I am cutting these pieces down to 2.5 by 5 as well. So I just grabbed an 8.5 by 11 and cut 2 5-inch strips from it first, and then cut those down to 2.5. And I had all these scraps, which was perfect because I'm actually going to use those in the center part, and I'm also going to use all these other scraps. So when I was done, I didn't have any scraps left. None. It was amazing, which is kind of where I got lost. So I started playing with the paper as I was making this sheet load, and I was like, ooh, no scraps, no scraps, no scraps. But then I also didn't make it exactly the way I wanted to. I'm sure that happens to other people sometimes too. Maybe not if they're on a creative team and they're supposed to be following a sketch. But, I still liked the cards, and I just figured it gave me an excuse to come back and make more sheet loads with you guys this month. So this is double-sided paper, so it could be fun to switch up the patterns, but I kept things really clean and simple and kept the same pattern. So these are 2.5 by 5, and I'm going to put one at the top of my card and one at the bottom of my card. And actually, sorry, these are 3. They're 5 by 3 each piece. Right. And so we just have that 1-inch strip in the middle to cover up. That's right. That's right. Okay. And then I'm going to put this piece here to cover up the piece in the middle. So, the sketch, if you've seen anyone else's, you'll know that this piece is supposed to really be diagonal and mine is not. So that is why I'm going to have to come back and make this sketch with you again. My pieces were long enough. You could see my strips here were certainly long enough to turn diagonally. Again, I just kind of got taken away with a no scrap idea. So I took everything and made it just horizontal. I also was working with my papers trying to have no scraps, and you know, there's some variation here between the pieces that had just 2 strips that went across and the pieces that had 3 strips that went across. You'll see what I'm saying when I put this next one together for you. So if you don't know what the sheet load's really supposed to look like, that would be another great reason to go watch the playlist and see what everyone else has done. You know, honestly, I made these cards like I was ahead of the game, made them before they were due, and then really have been trying to decide like, am I going to remake it? Should I remake it? Will this be okay? So I don't know. Um, I ended up just saying, you know what? It's okay. You could come back and make the sketch with them again later. So that's where I landed. And I loved the cards and really wanted to share them with you. And because I did a lot of die cutting and embossing, so these strips here, I embossed those. Um, it just couldn't be like a throwaway project. You know what I mean? I was way far down the rabbit hole before I realized what I had done. So see the embossing on those? I did a tone on tone. And I just love the way that came out. And on this one, I just had 3 narrow strips. So I put 3 narrow strips in that center part instead of 2. So that means it's a little closer to the sketch than the others. And I really had fun. Like, I've got my die cutting machine all balanced out again. And so now I can die cut and emboss without any problems, which makes me really happy. So I actually had fun making these cards. I mean, I usually always have fun making the sheet load. It's just I don't, in the past, I haven't always had fun die cutting. So here are the little envelopes. I opened them without you. I put everything on a magnetic sheet. But I would encourage you to go check out Alicia's channel and see some of her content. You know, she does a lot of things besides just the sheet load on her channel each month. And she's doing Advent all year, which is really fun. She has live videos, other recorded videos, and so I just encourage you to go check it out. Now, I was sticking with like a shabby chic look with my color palette, and because I'm making 8 of these cards, I did each process one at a time. I kept this one template, or kind of made it a template to hold in this oval, so it would be easier to add the distress ink to color it. It just makes it easier when you have so many pieces to work with. I loved that little bee that is embossed. Like, part of it is kind of embossed into the paper, and then the little wings actually pop up. It's just very cool. So I'm going to leave a link to Color Me Nordic in the description box down below, as well as to the playlist and to the sheet load. The sheet load is absolutely free. I've had a lot of people asking me about it because we've been using it in junk journals this month. And so the link, everything you need, is in the description box down below. I was showing you a close-up there of just how adorable that bee is. And then there was also a dragonfly in this Easter Advent. And I love dragonflies. So I absolutely had to pull that die out and incorporate it into the final design as well. And there's what it looks like. I just ink blended some purple and then blue, and then did a little of the tea dye color for the body. And I just love the way that that came together. And I decided to stamp my sentiment in this Uncharted Mariner blue color. And here are my cards. So yeah, I made 8 cards. That's how many the Sheetload makes. And here is how they came together. And I just love the sentiment, um, and thought it was really different and kind of fun. And my cards mostly came out in pairs, because I had enough of that paper pad to do that. I just think I'm still so stuck on spring, you guys. I'm really still enjoying crafting for spring. I'm not quite ready to jump into summer yet. I could change my mind tomorrow, but really trying to soak up the season that we're in and enjoy crafting for it instead of always looking so far ahead. I know we have to get ahead in some seasons, but I'm just kind of enjoying spring. I love spring. I hope you enjoyed this video and will come back and watch me actually make the cards more like the sheet load, and that you'll hop along and see what everyone else has made, that you'll pop over to Alicia's channel to pick up your free sheet load and make some yourself. There's always hashtags at the top of the document so you can share what you're making with everyone else on social media if you choose to do so. And thank you so much for spending your time here with me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.